Hey guys, it's Meg. I'm back this week with a new video, and this week, I do have to say, this week has been a little rough. I'm gonna leave it there just because there's some private issues that have arisen around some family members of mine that have caused me some emotional stuff to happen with me. I'm fine. I'm dealing with it the best that I can. Just it's required a lot of self care because um, part of my problem is that I've been having a couple of small panic attacks this week. I'm fine. I'm here. We're gonna do this. Um, not to get ahead of myself, but yesterday was a good day. I'm staying productive, and I think not necessarily staying busy for busy's sake, but staying busy has helped me get out of my mental funk. So I'm good. But let's get into the updates. Monday, I had a full day at the store, and it was slow. It was so slow. Mondays are usually really kind of flat days for the store just because it's Monday, it's the start of the week. We don't really get a whole lot of traffic coming in until after the school gets out. So, and there's a lot of schools in my city, so that's a nice thing. But that also means that people are coming and going because they have to do homework and things like that if they're students. Anyway, the point is it's a slow day. And I didn't have a lot of sorting to do because I do tend to do that right at the beginning of my shift. So when it does get busy, I can mind my register. Um, Monday, I had to sit and mind my register, and oh my god, it was so boring. It was very boring. We got through it though. Tuesday, I stayed home and worked on things for a while, and this is where some of the panicking started. Because it was a low energy day when it typically isn't low energy for me. So I spent most of that feeling very sleepy and tired, and I had to kind of push myself to get through all of my activities, but it wasn't the easiest thing to do. Just because when I'm, at least for me, when I feel the panic setting in, it's hard for me to relax after that, and that's when I really need to take care of myself. So that's what Tuesday looked like. Um, Wednesday was a half shift because I'll usually work full shift Monday and then two half shifts during the week. But we'll see how that adjusts in the coming weeks. But anyway, Wednesday was it was a half shift, but again, it wasn't a great day. Maybe not. Anyway, um, it was fine. I got through it. Towards the end of it, I felt a little bit better, and thankfully for that, because that happened, I was able to help myself get back into the rhythm that I usually have. So, yay for that. Yesterday was another kind of stay-at-home day. I got it in my head, and apparently you don't need a dehydrator to make fruit chips, but I tried to make fruit chips in my oven, and I don't know if I'm going to be using bananas for the process unless I want to spend all day making them. Um, they look they look gross, but they taste great. So that's the upside. I'm like I said, I'm not entirely confident that they turned out, but they're fine. I will eat them because I made them. Um, but I did manage to stay productive, and I felt really good about where things were yesterday, so that's great. Today I am staying home and working on things some more. I'm going to be posting this in a minute, but I actually just got all of my artsy things updated and at least online in that area. Um, but yeah, all of that's been updated. I didn't film this yesterday like I was planning on because the fruit chip experiment took up most of my day. Um, but here we are. I'm filming it now. We'll get it posted soon. I'm looking ahead. Saturday, I have a shift at the store, and then Sunday, I have church and family time afterwards. So, moving on to the artsy things, I am working on getting all of my outstanding projects done. I have a number of scarf projects that I am currently working on right now. But one thing that I need to start researching and asking around about is how to start selling my products online, because the problem that I'm having is that the bin that I use to keep all of my finished projects in is overflowing, and excuse me, excuse me, dry throat. Anyway, so the bin I keep my projects in is overflowing, and I have the intention to sell all of these, except that I don't participate in enough art fairs and things on a regular basis to justify continually making product. The thing with me is if I'm not using my hands for something, I'm very bored, and I get bored with activities very quickly. So I need multiple of them to keep myself busy, basically. So the conclusion that I'm coming to is that I do want to start selling my stuff online. However, I don't have a lot of supplies for shipping. I don't have business cards. I used to, and they were self-designed, but they were horrible. It looked awful. There was that. I don't have any clue about how to start an e-commerce website or how to do Etsy, if there's a way I can steer clear of Etsy, because I haven't heard entirely positive things about it. But I'm not sure where to go in this department, and I would be really grateful for any feedback that you might like to give. If you have a comment that you'd like to leave, please do so. They're open. But even at that, I have a lot of work to do to even set one up, because I don't have updated photos of my products either. So, if I do pursue it, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I don't know where to start. So, help me out. Put me on the right track if you can. Comments are open, so leave them below if you've got them. Moving on from knitting, things in the reading department are coming along. I'm not working on my TBR at the moment because I do have more than I accounted for. And actually, I probably should just go through and redo all of my artsy update things, because some of it has changed, some of it is all over the place. I don't even know anymore. There's that. I need to redo a bunch of things. But in the meantime of me doing that, I am working on getting all of the unshelved books that I have in the bags that I brought home from work. I'm working on getting through those, and I've dedicated myself the task of trying to get rid of at least a bag of books a week. That's going to be a challenge. It has been a challenge because I have a ton of them, but also there's not a fixed number of books in each bag. And in fact, the bags aren't even the same size. So there's the challenge. But in the effort to be reading more, I am doing my best to get through all of those books. So currently I am reading Pablo Neruda. Forget what it is in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so I'm not going to try it. But I believe it's called Residence on Earth. And it's good. I like it. And I actually have discovered that I really do like Pablo Neruda's work. So there's that. I'm currently reading that, and I will have a better review of it when I get that book finished. So, yeah, there is that. Things in the writing department have been coming along very nicely, but I do have to admit that I've had to drop off a couple of projects, namely my Camp Nano project, which I am profoundly disappointed in myself for, but there was some things, it didn't feel right. Like it wasn't going the right way. I'm not going to trash what I have because I'm already too far into I'm already too far into it to trash it now, but I need to think about where I want my project to go from where I left it off. Luckily, like I said, I'm close enough to being able to validate it, and I did validate it just today, so I'm happy that ow, sorry, I have a bug bite on my arm that's really annoying me, and I should stop playing with it. Sidebar. Yeah, so I do need to think about where I want my piece to go because the original plan that I had for the piece didn't come through, and what I have is okay, but I need some work. So, conflicted. So conflicted. This life of a writer, guys. Moving on. The other project that I had to drop was a journal that I was using to do some reflection writing, and I thought I was going to keep up with it better than I did, but that isn't happening either. So sad parts for that. The journal is still intact, and I will take out the pages that I don't want to use, but it's just not, that one didn't come together either. So that's fine. That's okay. We'll figure out another purpose for the journal. And finally, things in the fractals have come together. I posted a new batch on my DA, and you can find the link to that in the description below. I do sell my prints and art items through my DA, so if you're interested in finding out more about that, like I just said, the link is in the description below. But I also have links to my blogs, my writing, so please go check that out. But anyway, back to the fractals. I am going to be working on a new batch this coming week. I'm hoping to be able to space it out a little bit better than I have been. Just because it takes me a couple hours, a good number of hours to finish off the chunks that I've been doing. So, and that's the bad part because after a while, I feel like I'm just sitting in front of my computer and not really doing anything productive. So there is that. But new batch will be coming to you next week, so stay tuned. The description. Links below. Stupid. Anyway, I don't know what that was. I'm stopping now. Anyway, I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope all is well. Mwah. See you next week.